and today's video is all about, we are trying to feature one of the African Students Association, their president, who also a handler of their Instagram page, to share his experience with us, to tell us the information that we need before coming to Turkey. But this is very, very important for us because sometimes you just get the visa and quickly jump into Turkey, don't know what is going on in Turkey. So we need people to tell us their story. So today I'm here with brother. Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hello, everyone. My name is Yahya. I'm from Ghana, and I came to Turkey in 2013. I did my undergraduate in economics, and now I'm pursuing my master's in economics. Currently, I'm writing my thesis, and probably maybe 2 months later, I'll be graduating.
Wow,
Let's
wow,
hope so.
wow. Congrats. All right.
Yeah,
So today, as I said, we are going to discuss everything about Turkey, which the Africans need to know back home before coming. So let's just start with a question without wasting much time. So the first one is, how's the life of African students on those who are not students in Turkey?
first of all, if you're coming to Turkey, you know, most of us from the African countries, we speak English and French, and then some few people speak the Spanish and Portuguese. But one problem is that the first thing that if you're coming to Turkey, just know that there are few people who speak English or French here. So interacting with them in the initial stage is very difficult. Like, I take myself as an example. When I came, like, I didn't know any Turkish. And the city that I went to, there were few people who can speak a little bit English. So, like, in terms of communication, it was difficult. But as time goes on, when you enroll in the language school, you start learning the language, and then you get you're able to learn the language, then you can connect with the people, and then everything will be okay. So for the students, I think it's easy to connect than those who come here as maybe workers, or maybe who come here as for business, you know, because if you come here for business and maybe you don't speak the language, unless you get a translator who will help you with it. So that is the only thing that makes it difficult when you come in here initially. But as long as you get to know the language, everything becomes easily, like, they're easy to connect with. That's what I've learned. They're easy to connect with. Yeah.
All right. Now let's go to the second one. How is the relationship between Africans and Turkish?
Concerning relationship, I think first thing that we should be thinking, like, when you find yourself in a different or in a new community, the first thing that you should be looking is the cultural difference, you know, because their culture and the African culture it's not quite similar. There are some culture activities, or maybe based on their culture, there are some things that they see just normal, but in the African culture, it's something different.
Yeah.
For example, like, if a stranger meets you and just asks you, how old are you? What's the work of your father? This, that, those kind of questions, those kind of personal questions. You know, in Africa, it's like we value those kinds of questions, that you cannot just meet someone and then start asking such kind of questions. But here in their culture, I think it is something that they don't see as a bad thing, you know. But in the African culture, you know, we see it as something that is a bit weird when you just meet someone and just ask the person, like, how old are you? What's your father's job and stuff, you know? So it makes it crazy. When I came, they used to ask me such kind of questions, like, so sometimes I get annoyed. Initially, I was getting annoyed because I didn't know the culture.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, like, I was interacting with them, I get to realize that no, it is part of their culture, you know. Exactly. When you go, even if you meet a kid, he will try to ask your age. So based on that, they respect you based on the age, even, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if maybe he asks you and maybe you're older than him or her, then he or she will start calling you Abby or something like that, you know, giving you that kind of respect. So that is the first thing. And then Secondly, to like the relationship between Turkish and Africans, I think is mutual because ever since I came here, I've not actually witnessed some kind of maybe bad treatment from the Turkish people towards the African brothers. But like initially, as I said, if you come to any new community, first of all, you have to understand their culture first.
Exactly.
So if you get to understand their culture first, then you can relate well with them.
Exactly.
So that is what I can say.
All right. So those of you becoming and be decreasing your ages, that's going to affect you. So when you come and you decrease your age, if you are 25, say you are 20 years, someone who is 21 is going to disrespect you. So this is advice for you also. So when it comes,
I think that is the reason why most Africans they get offended when these people try to disrespect them, because you know they give respect to those who are older than them. Exactly. So if he knows that, oh, you are younger than me, then you are my Kardashian, you know. Yeah. But if you're older than me, you're my Abi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is how it looks like.
So
for me, if you ask me my age, I'll just tell you this is my age. If I'm older than you, you have to give me the respect. If you're also older than me, I have to also show you that respect. I think that is.
Yeah. So guys, those of you who come with your decreased age passports, don't mention that to them because they're going to disrespect you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because sometimes, as you said, I also feel kind of offended when I came first, because it's like I don't understand them. When I ask you some question like they ask you, do you have water in your country? You have to get offended. You know, that kind of bitterness is there. But as time goes on, you feel like it's normal. It's ignorance on their side.
You know, ignorance. And I think this is a great opportunity for we Africans who have gotten the chance to study here to educate them on such things. Like we need to educate them. Most of them, they act like that, not because they know, but they don't know. So we need to educate them. No, it's not like this, it's not like that, it's not like this, it's not like that. So based on that, because they only follow what they see in the news. Exactly. And you know, in the news too, they will go, maybe some of the videos or some of the things that they show in the news takes like maybe things that happened in the 70s or maybe 60s thereabout, you know, the olden days.
Yeah.
And even that one too, they will not even show news in the cities. They'll go deep inside the villages to bring us such news. And like when they portray such news to them, like when they are watching such things, and then they get to see, oh, now I've seen an African, I've seen a black man. I think there is no water in their country. Let me ask him. You know, such kind of things come to your mind. You know, if you start watching, if you start watching such kind of things. So I think they ask the questions out of ignorance, but they also want to learn. So if you try to teach them, they'll learn.
Yeah. So let's go the fourth one. Are Turkish racist?
It depends on how we define racist, you know.
Exactly.
Like I think what I know about racism is like seeing maybe your race superior to the other person, isn't it? And first of all, you know, this racist thing started like way back, maybe during the slavery time, you know. And it has been there for years till now. And wherever you go, as a Black or maybe as an African, you encounter such things. Yeah. So like in every community or in every society, you know, there are good people and there are bad people. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. So in Turkey here too, is the same thing. There are good people and there are bad people. There are people who like, who do some kind of racist stuff and stuff towards you, but there are also some other good people who are willing to open their arms and just help you. So the racist thing, I think, in every community there is something like a racist thing. Like there is, depends on the way people show it up. You know, sometimes maybe you might be walking on the street and then someone will just call me. If someone starts calling you like a monkey, that's the racist part, you know.
Yeah.
But ever since I've been here, like I've not encountered such thing by my own self. Like I've never encountered such things. So I cannot just say that they are racist or they are not racist. I'm not sure they are racist, but there are some part of the people, like some small part of the people who also do, because I have friends who have also encountered such things. But me, for instance, I have never encountered such things, because one thing, I vibe with those who have the same vibe with me,
Yeah.
So if I come across you, like, this guy, the way his actions and reactions doesn't match mine, I'll not even talk to you, that is how.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I've traveled outside Turkey before, and one thing like is weird a bit, but I'm not blaming them, because sometimes, they used to watch television, they used to see Africans, they used to see blacks, but like seeing us in person, like some of them have never seen that. So the first time they see us, like, they become so amazed,
Yeah.
So that makes them to also react such way. But I've been to some countries, you'll be walking and you cannot even feel it, like maybe you are different from the other color. Being black there, like, you don't feel like you are different from the other color. Although even in such places there are still races there, but you feel like, oh, I'm also the same, Like when I came here first, I didn't know I was black even until I came here, So when you come to the society, then you feel like,
You are black.
now my different, No, let me give you like in my when I was doing my undergraduate, imagine a class of like 60 students and I was the only foreigner.
I can feel it.
Not like only African, only foreigner in the class.
I can feel it.
So you could imagine. Yeah, you could imagine. So when I have class, I have to go early, like maybe 10 minutes before the class, so that I'll find a place and sit. If not that, I'm someone who is a little bit shy. So if I'm late, I will never attend the class. So it was,
Let me just give you some scenario.
yeah.
There's this application called Azad. Maybe you have seen it, the advertisement before.
Yeah, I think I used it even like some couple of weeks ago, like when it came, like was it 2015 or something like that? I used it like for 1 month and stuff.
All right. So immediately you go there, what was their first reaction that they called you?
Let me tell you this. In 2016, I went to Poland,
Yeah.
So I was living with one Turkish guy. He was my friend. We were from the same school, the same class, So I was living with him, and then like, that time we get bored and stuff. So we used to go to Azar and then have some fun,
Yeah.
Yeah. So when when he goes there, he wants me to join him so that we will make fun, So when they see like a black or maybe an African, they become amused, but the way they react.
Hey, Zenji.
Yeah, those kind of things, and then they will say Kadeshim and stuff, something like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel bad when someone calls me Zenji. That one is,
yeah.
I won't lie.
For example, like previously, I used to feel bad also, but now I realize that Zenji is just like a black.
Yeah, it's just like a black, but based on my research that I did, like, and I've also lived with a lot of Turkish, so they told me like, although it signifies like black, but it's not polite to use it, So meaning, the fact that it's not polite to use it, meaning that it has some deep meaning. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but from the Arabic origin, it means black. But I think if you go deep, it relates to slavery, something like that. But yeah, so that is the thing, that if any black, if you remind him or her about slavery and stuff, it hurts us.
A lot.
And we cannot.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Like, for example, let me just give you some scenario. Like in GSS, they were teaching us the slavery issue. At that moment, you can't develop some kind of hatred for whites. That at that moment, me personally. Because when they are telling the story, how the thing goes, how they will take you, and those things, you can't develop some kind of hate for them. But as you grow and you read more, you understand that no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you grow and then you try connecting with other people, you get to know the intentions of other people. That's where you like, it broadens your mind to know, this is what happened in the past, but it is still happening, but we can still we can do something to stop it. Like,
so for my brothers who are coming, if you hear the word Zenci means Negro in Turkish. So have this in mind. When you hear the word Zenci, 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 it means Negro. And they have another called Zengin, which means rich. So don't be confused with this.
yeah.
Someone call you Zengin and you beat the person, you are in trouble.